The headlines. Scholars say the speech should be supported by policies and strategies. Brazil's Lula defies court deadline. Hello and welcome to OBN Voice of the People. This is English News Time of Saturday. I'm Nawaz Admaso. Those were the headlines now in detail. Scholars said if the speech delivered by the newly elected Prime Minister Dr. Abiy Ahmed on the economy is supported by policies and strategies, it would uplift the economy of the country. Sorry, Chaka Banich has more.
Some scholars held a discussion at OBN Studio said peace is the precondition to bring development, whereas the role of politics is also more important. The experts highly recommend that the speech of Dr. Abiy should have to be supported by the policies and strategies to overcome the previous high economic questions.
Now, peace and economy are highly interlinked. The same is true between democracy and economy. Democracy never develops without equal distribution of economy. That is why the Prime Minister repeatedly said the economic development of the country should have to benefit all citizens in equal basis.
When the
peace-related issues solved in the right way, the economic problem also solved. The other thing is when the peace is seriously treated, especially questions of citizens to equally benefited is solved, the unity among nations, nationalities and the peoples of the country strengthened. When strong unity created, the future of the countries became good, he said. Experts said the speech of Prime Minister inspired the domestic and international investors to invest in the country.
We know
that in the last 2 or 3 years, investors have feared to invest in Ethiopia. Following the Prime Minister's speech, I believe that the investors want to invest in the country and to contribute their own share in the development of the country.
Experts called on the investors to stand by the side of the new leader in the action of avoiding corruptions. Experts stress that citizens of country should work hard to bring back the glory of the country.
Leaders of the Oromo Federalist Congress Party stated that the effort started to pull the country out of the complicated political situation would be succeeded if the public is constitutionally empowered. Olama Bainas more.
Vice Head of Oromo Federalist Congress Baqqala Garba and Vice Secretary of the party Dajan Etafa briefed OBN on the current political situation in the country. They said the present time is when people's questions are being listened by the government.
The people have been asking for it as democratic rights, freedom of speech, owning property and others. As a result, now there is improvement. Democracy should not be violated because it hurts political activities. The success that is seen these days is a result of unity of the entire people.
They added, EPRDF has renewed itself 4 times, adding that the present one shouldn't be like that of the previous ones.
A leader of one's country is expected to make a logical speech so as to bring about unity of the entire people. So the speech that was made by the new Prime Minister has values. Therefore, we expect it to be practical.
They also called on the people to give time for the new leader.
Ethiopia, Sudan and Egypt discussion on the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam has been concluded. Ministry of Water, Irrigation and Electricity disclosed that Ethiopia would work for the equal benefit of the river with the basin countries. Here is the detail. Ethiopia, Sudan and Egypt ministers' special meeting in Sudan, Khartoum, completed after discussing on Great Ethiopian Renaissance Dam issue. Ethiopia Minister of Water, Irrigation and Electricity Dr. Engineer Selesi Baqqala said that the 3 countries' delegates discussed based on directions set last January by 3 countries' heads of states. He added that the delegates discussed on different serious points of the dam and not concluded yet.
We brought many progress on the issue, even though we haven't reached on a tangible breakthrough. We haven't concluded, but we have reached an agreement on some points.
Dr. Engineer Selesi Baqqala also mentioned some points on which Ethiopian, Sudanese and Egyptian delegates discussed.
ኮንሰልታንቱ ጽፎ የነበረው የኢንሰፕሽን ሪፖርት
We discussed on issue like volume of the dam, inception report that consultant prepared, and how to include the Nile Basin countries' interest in the report and other issues.
General report of the Khartoum meeting would be handled to the heads of states of Ethiopia, Egypt and Sudan. More than 7,000 Oromos who are displaced from Ethiopian Somali regional state and camped in Chirok temporary camps are permanently resettled and the camps are closed. Mukhtar has more.
The West Hararghe Zone capital, Chiro town, has welcomed 2,849 displaced Oromos from the Ethiopian Somali region. They have been in the Chiro temporary camp for the past 7 months by the support of the Chiro town community and the entire region. Residents of Chiro town witnessed that they have been by the side of them since their arrival.
We are shocked when they have been displaced. All community of our towns have marched to help them as much as possible.
While transferring to their permanent settlement, some displaced citizens said they have been saved by unlimited support of the Oromia regional government and the entire Oromo people.
Serious and shocking incident happened to us has resulted in unifying Oromo people. We understood how the citizens are important for citizens. The Oromo people should learn from the past and ready to welcome the best future.
The settling Oromos have vowed to change themselves through hard working. Even before displacement, I thought to come back home for more change. But unfortunately, I'm here after such a shocking incident that resulted in the unity of my people. Hereafter, I'm ready to change myself by working hard, she said. 7,671 Oromos displaced from Ethiopian Somali region who were settled in 5 temporary camps in both Hararghe zones were transferred to their permanent settlement in different towns of the Oromia region. Melissa Baine, coordinator of the settlement affairs of West Hararghe zone, has to say the following.
We transferred those who were got chance of residential home for second round from all 5 camps.
Administrator of West Hararghe zone, Teklet Eresa, said they have been working to settle the rest displaced citizens in the district town of the zone.
Well, welcome back. Now news from Latin America. Brazil's former President Lula da Silva still remains held up in a union building in metropolitan Sao Paulo hours after defying a court deadline to surrender to police, waving to thousands of fervent supporters from a window of headquarters of the Steelworkers Union. The 72-year-old had been due to begin a 12-year jail term for corruption after a judge ordered him to turn himself in. Lula's lawyers are trying to keep him out of prison, claiming the charges are illegal and unconstitutional. For the moment, police have refused to say whether they will try to forcibly look Lula into custody, a move which could trigger clashes with his supporters. The Convention Against Lula's Terms form an anti-corruption investigation which has engulfed dozens of top politicians from several parties in Brazil. On Friday, Lula's legal team filed a late petition with Brazil's Supreme Court in a bid to quash the prison order after losing a last-minute plea to an appeals court. Euronews reported. That's all about our Saturday news. Enjoy the eve of Easter. Thank you so much for joining us. Goodbye.